Let's stand nice and tall with our feet hip width apart. We're just going to start by taking some nice big deep breaths. Try to draw the shoulders down and keep them wide. And then right back by your side. Again, inhale deep. And exhale. Again, big deep breath. Shoulders stay down. Now let's keep the arms up. Take your gaze, look up. Really think about lengthening your spine. And now arms by your side, we're going to hinge through our hips and just fold halfway down. And now come back up, nice and slowly. Big deep breath. And halfway down. And one more time. Hold the arms up this time. Stay here for 3 breaths. Take your gaze. See if you can look up at the ceiling a little bit. And arms back by your side. So right hand to your waist. We're going to take this left arm, reach it nice and long as you can get it. And then we're going to take it over a little bit so we get into the side body. Nice. Other side. Oh, it feels so good. And again, left arm reaches. Try to get it nice and long before you start taking it over. Great job. One more time. Now let's take the hands and bring them behind your head. And then the elbows, try to pull them back so you feel the upper back engage and doing some work. And then you're just going to tilt to the right. Just go a little bit. Good morning, Val. Tilt to the left. Good morning, Tanya. Come back center, again to the right. Just kind of getting a little deeper into the side body. Left side. Try to keep your elbows back. Come back center. Now push your hips back. Your feet are hip width apart. Push your hips back. And then just give me a little squat. Make sure you're pulling the abdominals in towards the spine. Couple more squats here, and then we're going to let the arms go. Last one, and release the arms. All the way down to a nice forward fold. Let's keep our knees bent. Most of us have just sort of rolled out of bed. So we want to have a nice bend in the knees and just let the upper body fold over. Maybe you're pressing your hands against your shins. Maybe your fingertips are on the floor. Just kind of go where it feels good. Okay, now both hands press up against your shins. Draw your hips back and give me a little squat. Now take the hands to the floor. You're going to walk yourself out with your legs bent to the front of your mat in your high plank position. And from here, we're going to push through right to a down dog. So please be mindful not to push too far. In your peripheral vision, you should see the arms. It's really important to keep your neck safe and not overdo it. Now let's bring it forward, back to your high plank. We're going to put our knees down. Your feet are nice and flat, and you're just going to walk back to your child's pose. And let's put the forehead down on the floor. We're going to stretch out that lower back through 5 big, huge breaths. Try to feel the rib cage expand as you take in as much air as you can. Nice job. Okay, let's come back up onto all fours. We're going to run through a few cat-cows here. So little micro bends in the elbows. You're just going to arch your back all the way up towards the ceiling. And now your chest is going to come forward. Take your gaze off the end of your mat. Nice job. Round your back, pressing your palms away from the earth. Getting into that upper back. That's where we carry a lot of stress. So try to make that arch as big as you can to really separate through the upper back, the shoulder blades. Now, chest comes forward, look up again. Nice job. Just come back. So you tuck the belly in towards the spine so your back is nice and flat. You're just going to step both feet back to your plank and pull through to your down dog again. This time we're going to lift and lower onto the toes. Nice little foot massage here. Come up as high as you can on those toes. Then you press the heels down. Nice. Okay, bend your knees. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Hang out in your forward fold. So now you're all the way at the end of your mat. Still keeping little bends in those knees. Just hang out here for a few breaths. Nice. Now take both hands above the knees. We're going to lead with our head first and meet back in a standing position. Nice job. Big deep breath. And swan dive down. Bend your knees. We're still warming up. Now inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, fold back down. Soften those knees. Walk your hands out to your plank. Hold your high plank. Now, first time through our hover low, we're all going to put our knees down and just bending through the elbows, come down nice and slow till your chest is all the way to the earth. Keeping your toes tucked under, you're just going to lift up onto your forearms. Nice and easy here. Little stretch for the abdominals. So try to press away from the floor through your forearms. Nice, easy breathing in and out through the nose. So if you've worked your abdominals lately, you're probably feeling a little pull through the tummy, which of course is not a bad feeling. Okay, we're going to press our hips up, walk your elbows back, and go right back to your child's pose. Relaxing the forehead all the way down to the floor. Open up the knees. Stay here for a few breaths. Nice job. Okay, come up onto the knees. We're going to step our left foot forward, keeping nice and long through your spine. Let's get the shoulders stacking right over the hips. Now, instead of pulling your hips all the way forward, I want you to just think about your pelvis and pushing it up, tilting it up. That should really help you get a nice opening through this hip. Now, once you got that going on, you can extend the arm up, reaching it nice and strong and straight. And then maybe you take it over a little bit to the left. Just hang out here and breathe a few times. Nice job. Take that arm down. You're going to step that foot back, and we're just going to switch sides. So now your right hip. Sorry, now your left hip's going to get stretched out. Your right foot is forward. Take this arm up. Good morning, Anne. Do not forget about this nice pelvic tilt here, right? You're tilting up to open the hip. So important, especially if you're going to spend a lot of time at your desk today sitting. It's really important to breathe through this stretch, and let's open up these hips. Once the arm is straight, if you want to take it over, you can. You get in a little to the side body. Nice job. Nice, easy breathing here. Really today, try to remember as best you can to breathe through these poses. Really helps open up. And then when the class is over, you get that nice, relaxed, Zen-like feeling that we all love. Okay, take the arm down, your hips push back. You're going to step it back. Keep the toes tucked under behind you. Your wrists are going to be right underneath the shoulders. We're just going to lift our knees off the floor. Try not to pedestal the arms. So you want to break through both elbows. Now let's hollow out our tummy by pressing your belly button up towards the spine. I mean, that's the way we want our tummy to be all the time. So when you're training, you have to train that way. Okay, put the knees back down, let it relax, and start again. Lift them up. You're only taking them off the earth about an inch. And lower them down and lift them up. So you're breaking momentum here. You're relaxing when they're down, engaging when they're up. Run through that like 3 more times. Keep that tummy pressing up and into the back. Also a great way to tone our arms. Nice job. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. You're going to meet in your high plank, and then we're going to take it right into a downward facing dog. So pull through the arms. Relax here and breathe. This time we're going to alternate our heels to the floor, getting into our calf muscles, building some flexibility through our ankles. Okay, so hold the left heel down as far to the floor as you can, and then switch to the right. So while you're in this down dog, think about pulling the rib cage in a little bit so it's not puffing out too much. Feels so good through the calves, especially anybody that was walking or jogging yesterday. Really important stretch to do. Switch to the left heel. Hold it there. Switch back to the right. Okay, let's walk our feet to the middle of our mat and walk your hands back towards your feet. You're in your forward fold. Pull the hips back a little bit so there's not a lot of weight through the toes. Try to relax that part of your feet so you're not clenching those toes. Okay, one hand at a time above the knee. You're going to lead with your head first and meet me in a standing tall position. Nice job. Okay, let's pick up our right knee. We're going to circle our feet. Really good for the ankles. It's also a good little balance challenge. Change direction, go the other way. Nice. Now let's just point and flex. Point and flex. Great job. Switch sides. If you want to hold on to a chair to help you with balance, you can go ahead and do that if you have one close by. Okay, change the direction. Let's point and flex. You can also do this throughout your day while you're sitting working or on your computer. Kind of spoil yourself a little bit. Okay, let's take a big deep breath. Arms up. Shoulders are down. Try to get the shoulders really broad. So think about opening them. Now give me a little squat. So if you take a peek at your feet, ideally they're hip width apart so you feel stable and your toes are facing forward. Try to get the knees tracking over the middle toes. So take a peek and see if they're tracking over. Sometimes they stick out or they go in too far. Now let's bring our hands back to heart. Pull the elbows back. Engage your upper back here. Keep that engagement, but then extend the arms out parallel to the floor. Nice. Maybe you get a little lower. Feeling a lot of the work in the front of the legs now. If you can, keep that little squat you've got going on and raise the arms up. Nice job. Forward fold. Walk your hands to the front of your mat and step back. Meet me in your high plank. Now give me a slow hover. Maybe you go halfway down and then straight into your up dog. Great job. Pull your hips up and back. Elevate the knees. Back to your down dog. I like to do that in 3 steps. So come back to your high plank. Put your knees down. See, first I push my hips all the way back. They're not sitting on my feet because my toes are tucked under. Then I elevate the knees, and then I straighten out the legs into my down dog. Let's try that one more time. Forward, knees down, press your hips back, elevate the knees, back to your down dog. Left leg lifts up, keeping the hips nice and square. And put that foot down. Let's switch to the right. Switch again, back left. The hips are staying square, so the leg is not going all the way up towards the ceiling. Switch again. Nice job. This time we're going to take our left foot, bring it up between both of our hands, and then your hands are going to sweep up towards the ceiling. Nice. Hold this and breathe. Once again, we're getting into this front hip flexor. It should feel really good. Now we're going to bring the arms parallel to the floor. Try not to move this left knee. Keep it exactly where it is. Get high on the toes on your back foot. And then you're just going to hinge forward. Hinge through the hip. Coming forward. I know when I start to get pretty far forward without taking that knee or changing position of it, I start to really feel the work in my left butt cheek and hamstring. Now sweep your arms back up to the ceiling. Bring your hands to heart. Hinge forward again. So your spine stays nice and long. Try not to round the back and just rotate a little bit to the left. So if you feel like you're losing your balance a little bit, you might need to step your back foot further out to the right. So you have more distance, not from front to back, but from side to side. Let's rotate that chest one more time. Let's come back. Now sweep those arms back up to the ceiling. Your shoulders go back over your hips. Nice job. Hang out here, it feels so good. Elevate those toes, like lift the heel in the back if you can. That leg in the back is really active right now. Doing lots of work. Okay, let's slowly take both hands and frame them with your front foot. And you're going to step back and meet me in your plank position. We're going to do a halfway hover and go right to up dog. Nice job. The reason I only go halfway is because I feel like it's better for my shoulders that way. But please, you do what feels right for you, because this is your workout. Okay, now I'm going to push my hips up. I'm going to take them back. I'm going to elevate my knees, and I'm right in my down dog. So I'm going to take my left leg. I'm going to lift it up. This time I'm going to open that left hip up towards the ceiling. So my leg is getting a lot higher than it did last time we were here. Bring it down. Switch to the right one. Open the hip, lift. Keeping your shoulders nice and square. They are not rotating. Try it again. Left leg up. Keep the hips square. The shoulders. Bring that leg down. Switch again. Right leg. Great work. Put that right foot down. Now we're going to take that right foot, frame it up between your feet. Sweep your arms up towards the ceiling. Nice and high on the back foot. Great job. Shoulders are broad, chest is proud. Now let's bring the hands, whoops. Maybe I should open my feet a little wider. Okay, hands to heart. Pull those elbows back so you feel the upper back a little bit here. Now let's be mindful not to let this right leg change position. We're just going to hinge forward, extend the arms out. Nice job. So your back is long. If you look at me from the side, you notice I'm not rounding my back. My right knee is a little bit behind the ankle, really hinging through the hips. So I'm feeling this a lot in the back of that right leg. Now let's take the arms, sweep them back up to the ceiling. And one more time, come down, hinge forward, hands to heart. Now we're going to add in this little shoulder rotation to the right. Getting more into the outside of that right leg. Bring it back center. Again, rotate. Really going in slow motion here. Come back. Who doesn't like working the back of their butt, right? Rotate again. Come back. Extend those arms out. Take them down to the floor. Step back to your high plank. Nice work. Hold this plank. Little pelvic tilt so you feel the tummy pulling up and in to the back. Please do not lock out through your elbows. Now at any point you need to take a break, you can always just lower the knees. This is still a very challenging position where you can reap lots of benefit of core strength and nice toning of the arms. So I'm going to hang on here about 4 more breaths, and then I'm going to be in a down dog. So if you want to join or hang out, meet me in your down dog. Great job. Pull back. Drive your heels to the earth. Lift your left leg up. Open the left hip. This time we're going to bend the leg. So you're bending at the knee. Keep that leg bent, but pull your shoulders over your wrists. Now press it back. Ooh, that's a little challenging. Try it again. Pull it forward. Press it back. Maybe you limit the range of motion you do. One more time. We always have modifications. You can always put the foot down. Okay, let's try that on the other side. Right leg up. Hip opens to the ceiling. Bend the leg. Lift the knee as high as you can. Pull forward slowly. And then press back. Pull forward. Press back. Nice job, guys. We're going to do this one more time. Press it back. Put that foot down. Knees soft. Feet flat. And right to child's pose. Nice work, everybody. Relax here for a little bit. Nice job. Okay, back up onto all fours. Tuck those toes under. You're going to step your feet back to your high plank position. Press back, down dog. Walk your feet towards your hands. Give me a nice slow reverse swan dive all the way back up. Sweep those arms up to the ceiling. And back to neutral alignment. Nice work. We're going to step our left foot forward. Right leg back, it's on an angle, hands to heart, bend into your front knee. Great job. So think about pressing the outside of that back foot into the floor. The whole foot is on the earth. Sweep your arms up. Hands back to heart, hinge forward, rotate to the left. Come back, sweep back up. So again, if you're feeling wobbly through this rotation, step your back foot further out, further to the right of your mat. Come back up. One more time. Hinge. My front leg isn't changing position, just my torso. Nice job. Okay, arms to the side, facing the right side of the room. Really powerful arms here. This left arm, palm faces up. You're going to line up your wrist with your shoulder, bend a little more into that front leg, and sweep your right arm up. Maybe you take it over the ear. Maybe you just reach it up towards the ceiling. Hold this position. If you can bend into that front knee so the knee is right on top of the ankle. Now let's take this left arm, sweep it all the way up to the ceiling. Other hand drops to your back leg. And come right back where we were. Sweep them back and sweep them up. Now a lot of people here have a tendency when they're sweeping up to straighten that front leg. Try to keep the bend in it. Let's hold this last one. Hold and breathe. Nice job. Both hands are going to frame your front foot. Take it down. Step your foot back. Press back, downward facing dog. Nice job. A few breaths here. Then we come back and do the same thing on the right leg. So let's take the right foot, pull it forward so it's between both your hands. Turn your back foot on its side. Make sure you got good width and come all the way up. Nice job. Arms reach up. Now bend into this front knee. Go for it. Hands to heart. Without moving this knee now, I'm just going to hinge forward with my upper body. And I'm going to turn my shoulders to the right. And I'm going to come back. Keep the shoulders nice and broad. Rotate. Come back. One more time. Come back. Sweep your arms back up to the ceiling. Keep that bend in the front leg. Turn to face the left side of the room. Bend this leg, slide. Maybe you slide your back leg a little further back. Hold it here and breathe. Great job. Now let's take this right palm, face it up and line it up with your shoulder. And let's sweep the left arm up. Maybe it goes over, but it certainly doesn't have to. And now we're going to reach this right arm all the way up to the ceiling. Nice side body stretch. Come back. Just sort of going really gracefully. Sweep. Keeping that bend in that front leg makes this challenging. So I hope you're doing that. Sweep it up. Bring it back. Hold it here now for a little bit. Maybe you give me a little more bend in that right leg. Just relax and breathe. Okay, let's take our hands, frame your foot, step back to your high plank. Hold it here and breathe. We're going to do a halfway hover, nice and slow, and then right to up dog. Great job. Hips up, press them back, elevate the knees, you're in your down dog. Lift and lower onto the toes once again. Okay, let's lower the knees to the floor. See if you can open them up hip width and have them right underneath your hips. We're going to elevate the left knee off the floor without shifting the body to the right. So take a sort of gaze or mental note of how your hips are stacked right now. See if you can just lift that left knee half an inch off the floor and the toes. Hold this. And now take your knee and lift it up in the back. And lower it back down. Take your knee and lift it. And lower it back down. And one more time, lift it. And lower it. Let's do the same thing on the right. Right knee comes up with the toes, hovering just above the floor. No movement in the hips. Don't pedestal the arms. Knee comes up behind you. Feeling a lot of the glute and the hamstring working. Lower it back down where you started. Press it up. I'm moving nice and slowly so I can really concentrate on how I'm supposed to be doing this. Like I'm supposed to pull my belly button in. I'm not supposed to move my hips. Nice and slow. One more time, lift it. And put it down. Now lift the left one half an inch off the floor. Everything remains the same, but this time you're going to pull the knee towards the middle of your chest. And then step it back. Pull it forward. Feeling a lot of my left oblique. Upper abdominals doing some work here. Pull it up. Lift it as high as you can. Hold it. Pulse it up. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Positioning of my hips has not changed. Put that knee back down. Right knee comes up. And lower. Lift. Definitely feeling it now more on the right side of my core. Lift up. Squeeze it up with all your might. Lower it down. One more time, lift up. Lower it down. Now we lift and pulse. Try not to shift those hips to the left. 5. Nice job. Okay, press back to your down dog. Maybe you need to move your feet a little further back. Pedal them out. Relax here and breathe a few times. Pull in the ribs. Now let's walk our feet towards your hands and maybe your hands back towards the feet. We're going to fold the arms and just relax here and breathe. But I'd like you to retract your shoulders. Nice job. Feet are hip width apart. Give me a little rotation to the right. Keeping your head down. You go as far as you feel stable. Right? Now come back center. Let's take it over to the other side. Relax the head. Bring it back center. Now we're going to release the arms and turn and face the right side of the room. Open up your feet nice and wide. Your toes are going to face forward. Just kind of drift your hips back and let the upper body kind of fall where it wants to. So people often say, how far apart should my feet be? And I say, go where it feels stable. You'll know if you've gone too far. So lift your spine up so your core is flat. Your right hand is going to stay down, fingertips just floating on the floor. We're going to take our left arm out to the side. Wrist and shoulder line up. Now really drift those hips back because I know they're going to want to pull forward. What I'm going to have you do now is lift the left shoulder up. The arm is going to go up on its own. It's all about the shoulder. Pull your tummy in and slow-mo that arm back down. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Right arm lines up, wrist and shoulder. The arm is nice and straight. Drift the hips back and lift your right shoulder up. Go for it. as much as you can. Maybe you take your gaze to the ceiling. And lower it back down. Walk your feet together, hip width apart. Turn back so you're facing forward. We're going to walk our hands above the knee, come back to standing. Take a big deep breath. We have some back work to do today. We're going to really focus here on activating the entire posterior muscle chain. So here's what we got going on. Forward fold, walk out to plank. This is very good therapeutic work for all of us. Slow hover all the way down to the bottom. Now, come up onto your forearms to start. Hope you can see me okay. So I'm on my forearms. Just to explain this, you're going to activate the back of the body by pulling your knees and feet together. If you can see my feet there, I've got them flexed, but my toes are touching. My knees are touching. Now lower your chest to the floor and let's have our hands right by our chest. Okay, so your hands are right by your chest, your elbows are very close to the side of your body. Your neck is long, so you're just keeping your face looking down at the floor. So the first thing we're going to do with the assistance of our hands is elevate your chest. It's not going to come up that much, but when it does, you're going to feel the erectus spinae muscles along your spine work, and that's what we want. Now we're going to incorporate the legs by taking your toes 6 inches off the floor and keeping your feet flexed. Now I would like you to squeeze your feet and knees together. So you've got the entire back of the body working. Don't forget to breathe. Now release it. Turn your head to the side, lie it down. Your feet are flat. Your chest is back on the floor. Let's run through that again. Flex your feet, get them touching, squeeze your knees. Toes are 6 inches off the floor. Chest up, neck is long. Stay here and breathe. 3 breaths. Keep trying to activate the belly by pulling it in. Okay, turn your face to the side, let the legs release, hang out, breathe. And one more time. Chest up, feet together, flex them. Your toes are pointing down to the earth. Chest up, hold and breathe. Squeeze with all your might. Squeeze your knees. Belly button pulls in. Chest is lifting. And relax. Turn your head to the side. We're going to do this 2 more times. We're going to hold for a shorter period. Don't worry, we're almost there. Squeeze. Knees and feet, chest up. Elbows are close to the body. Nice, easy breath. And release it. And one more time. Lift those feet, flex them, squeeze your knees. Your ankle bones are touching, right? Chest up. Lots of activation of the back of the body. And relax. Press back up here. Pull your hips up and back to child's pose. Great job. Relax your forehead to the earth. Should be feeling a nice release in the lower back. Great job. Okay, come on back up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under, step your feet back. You're in your high plank. Let's put your right knee down in the middle of your mat and your right hand. Open your body to face the left side of the room. You're in a side plank. So if this is challenging for you, stay here. Another option is to lift your top leg. Please don't lock out your right elbow. You can hold this pose, or you can step your left leg back and hold your side plank. Maybe you stack your feet. Lots of choices here. You pick the one that's right for you. If you can, maybe you take your gaze up towards the ceiling, making it a little harder to balance. This is the last hard effort of the day. Okay. Both knees down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So you step that foot back. You're facing the right side of the room. Take your gaze, look up. So maybe you stay here. Maybe we lift the top leg. If you're lifting that top leg, try to get it nice and straight for me. Or you're in a full side plank. Stack your feet, maybe take your gaze up to the ceiling and just relax and breathe. Moving on to a few stretches and a few breaths, and then we say goodbye. Okay, right back to your downward facing dog. Nice work, everybody. Whew. Okay, come back to your high plank. We're going to do pigeon stretch. You can do this on your back, a figure 4 if you like. Mark, if you like that better, I'm not sure. Most guys do. But if you know pigeon, you take your left foot up behind the right hand and slowly lower your hips. Great job. This stretch is not about forcing. It's just about going where it feels good. Come down onto your forearms maybe, maybe not. Maybe we take our arms all the way out and relax our forehead to the floor. So this is where you really want to find your breath here. This is like where you get to make a great mind-body connection and feel the stress and the tension just sort of fall out of your body whenever you exhale a huge breath. So you're giving in. You're feeling the body heavy on the earth. Okay, back up onto your hands. You're going to step back. You're right back in your high plank. And we're just going to switch legs. So we're going to pull that left foot forward, as far forward as you can get it. Slide your right leg back. Come down where it feels good. And just breathe 6 big, huge breaths. Nice job. Come on back up. You're going to slide your back leg forward. So we're sitting with our legs out in front of us nice and long. And you're going to open them up to the side. So your lower back is nice and long behind you. You're not rounding down here. Finding nice length, pull the stomach in, and just give me a little hinge forward. This isn't about range of motion. It's just about going where you feel a nice opening here. Nice long body. Take a few breaths. Maybe when you exhale out, you can lower the elbows maybe a little closer, but don't force anything. Okay, walk the hands back. We're going to take this left hand to the outside. We're going to sweep this right arm up so it's nice and straight up towards the ceiling. Both of the sits bones are going to stay pressing into the earth. And then maybe you get a little bend into that left elbow. And take a nice side body stretch. Now we're going to rotate the chest and lower the hand towards the foot. Maybe you're holding your shin, maybe the toes. Now you're going to round the back and take your gaze to your knee. Getting a nice QL stretch here on my right side. Okay, sweep this right arm back up. Come back up and let's do the same thing on the other side. So we start with the left arm nice and straight. This right hand is just to the right of the knee. We're going to begin to bend into the elbow. Kind of go where you feel comfortable. Nice job. Now take your chest and your left hand to look at the foot, or you're holding your shin. Now you're going to round the back and take your face towards the knee. Really getting into that QL on the left side. So you're really feeling this right above the waistband of your pants on the left side. I hope you are. Breathe a little more. Okay, now just walk the hands back up the leg. We're going to bring the feet together. Push yourself up onto your toes. Hang out on the top, tippy toes here just for a sec. Nice little foot stretch before we go to a straight leg. Nice. Okay, hips up. Hands above the knee. Walk yourself up to a nice standing tall position. Great job, you guys. Big breath. Namaste. I'm so proud of each and every one of you for joining. I love you guys. I hope you feel amazing. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.